The Matt Miller Real Podcast. The Matt Miller Real Podcast.
We're back with another cast. I have a lot to bring to the table today. No, I really do. I got some strong stuff. I feel like my phone makes my chest look so, big. So last I left you, my finger was all fucked up. Ah, shit. I can't... Whenever I put this on YouTube, I can't be saying swears right off the top. But my finger is still all bent. I feel like this shirt and the way I'm sitting makes me look all fat. I was feeling good. I guess I was standing up, and when you're standing up, you feel real good when you're standing up. You feel ready to go, ready for life. If you're looking at the video, there's it's a great background. It's just my blank room, nothing exciting, not like one of these exciting people on the internet who put signs up and nice stuff. Not me. Not Maddie. I'm burping. I just filmed some good videos. I filmed a video with some paint, and I spilled a lot of paint on my desk here that you can't see, and I had to wipe down all the paint, and I licked it up, and I got paint poisoning. And now I'm straight. Classic humor. Point poisoning. I had to build a thing that I was going to put in a car, and I did put it in a car. You'll see I have a new video coming out. I don't know if it's going to be the next one or it's going to be in a few, but it involved this wooden thing I had to put in a car. And the night before, I was seeing if it fit, and it wasn't fitting, and I had to chop it down a bunch. And my room got full of sawdust. I don't know how much woodwork you guys are doing, but you should really start doing more woodwork. I think it made me feel good. I had to go to the store and buy a saw. Over $20 for a fucking saw. What kind of economy? I haven't even, when's the last time you bought a saw? I had to run back, cut down the thing once, realize I need to cut it down more. Getting sawdust all in this rental. I really went hard on this one video. And I use a lot of, silly, naughty words, and I don't really want to censor them, but I may have to, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I always got to be censoring everything nowadays, It's a censor time. Your senses being tended to during this era. God, I just feel so fat whenever I look at this. I got to sit straight up. But how about your senses? Are your senses being adequately met? Sensodyne. Toothpaste. Do you have fucked up teeth? Where are you headed? I was thinking about as an idea. So I've done a lot of comedy competitions, right? And I was going to describe how they played out. I've been doing stand-up comedy for a while. Have you seen it? Right now I'm on a little bit of a hiatus, but I remember I did this comedy competition, Dick Doherty's, and I did good. Everyone liked it. They all laughed. Ha ha ha! You're so funny. Other people in the competition told me, "Oh, you're so funny. You definitely made it." And then the people that went through to the next round were all the people that knew all the people at the club. It was all nepotism based. Moving forward, even though I did good. Classic competition, guys. I remember I did one at what was a comedy club at a casino. I want to say Laugh, or it was called Laugh. It wasn't Laugh Boston, but it was called Laugh or something. The competition, I went up and I killed. So good at comedy. Other people were congratulating me, telling me how good I was. It was great. They were saying they were acting like I already won, and then that competition winner went to a bunch of people that I guess knew the people who were organizing it, and then people are like, "What?" So this is just how all these competitions are run, okay? Just wiping down my hair. Like if you touch your head and stuff, during a performance. It indicates that you're nervous. You have to like pat yourself on the head to make sure you're okay. So every time I'm patting myself on my head, I'm just so nervous. I'm just so nervous about what I'm talking about, what's going on. One time I did a competition. Now touching the back of my head, so nervous. Reaching your arm out, doing extending things, filling time in the podcast. I'd have to say, my hair looks pretty good in the video. I haven't watched it in a few days. Watched it or washed it in a few days. Look at that bicep, bam, and it's coming in. My perfect hair. Which one was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, one thing I did where I did do good, and I came in second. Maybe the other guy did better though. That was another competition. So that one I could have won. I think my act was too dirty, and you would win spots. I just think I just couldn't fulfill my duties if I had won because my act is too dirty. I say too many dirty words. They're like, you can't do your act here. You might offend. So whatever. Another competition I did. And the person that beat me texted me that he thought I won, but he could have just been being nice, I thought I did pretty good. Oh, and another competition I did once, this was at a brewery. I can't speak right. Brewery. And they did an initial clap, clap that the audience does to win. Clapping for the winner. And I kind of won the clap, and they thought it was going to go to another guy, but they redid it. And the other guys, like people that were clapping, were just louder. They were more obnoxious people. The people that liked me were like nicer people, so they ended up winning. But then the most pro comedian there was like, I thought you won, and I was like, see, look at me fucking winning. There was another one I was going to talk about too. Damn, a lot of comedy competitions. Oh, I did one that was supposed to be like improv in front of a live audience in New York before I moved here. And, I was improving a very overly sexual improv, and I was killing with the audience with my like random shit. I think they gave me like a prompt I had to do, and I just wrote the craziest stuff that had to do with the prompt, and the audience was laughing manically. They were I was just so good. They were laughing manically, and it was up to a vote, and the audience, cheered loud for me, but the other New York comedians really didn't want me to win. I was an outsider. So they kind of cheered real loud for their friend, like to try to overcome the audience's vote for me. And I was like, just let the audience vote. This isn't comedian vote. But I ended up winning that competition, and that was fun. Even though the comedians there, were trying to get a little fresh, trying to throw off the audience vote with their comedian vote. God, what a time. But then this... The second phase of the competition was I love coughing. Coffins and coffin. Those are my two faves. The second phase of the competition, we had to perform in front of people's friends pretty much. It wasn't just random audience, and I lost that. So that's how it boiled out in the end. Classic competition. So this is just for all you youngsters listening. Don't take the results of a competition to mean that much. Look how big my chest is on the video. God, I need to lean my head closer so I feel better. I don't know why I'm so self-conscious right now. I should be feeling great. But yeah, competitions. Don't worry. Don't worry if you're not winning them. Maybe you are good. Look how good I am. Look at this podcast setup I have right now. You ever have like tagine? That spice mixture you can put on like a cocktail or something? I'm not gonna lick it now, but I just like eating it on my own. It's like sulfuric acid. Get a little sulfuric acid in me, and I'm fucking doomsday out there. Going wild, going nuts. People are watching out. I don't even know what I'm getting at here. I had to do a video where I dress up as a scientist, bought a nice scientist white coat and lab coat, And this is the story you were getting into. I had to go to the laundromat, heat it up because it was all wrinkled because I had to reshoot some stuff. Hopefully I'll put that video out. That video is pretty fun too. I've been really in such a zone, 2024, happy 2024. We're back. We're all back. I'm living a life. I've been going to therapy for my finger still because it's all bent the fuck up. I'm expecting a package soon. I might need to pause this and come back so I can get my package. Turned out my package is still 10 minutes away, so we're still podcasting. So it's come to the point where now I'm going to ask you what you want me to talk about. I'm pretty happy with these videos I'm making lately. I'm really in a zone. I got this Arizona iced tea chapstick for Christmas. I put it on my lips. It tastes like Arizona iced tea, except it also tastes like wax. And I put it on my lips, and I don't know if it's wax or chapstick flavor, and it keeps them good, keeps them strong, keeps them alive. Gotta keep your lips. You can't have them all chapped and shit, walking around bleeding from your lips. It's embarrassing. People make fun of you, want to beat you up. They see you in that state. They say, this fucking guy with his chapped ass lips, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill his mother, destroy his dog. I'm gonna wreck him Ralph. I'm gonna puke on his kids. Any number of things could happen if you have chapped lips. I have a whole bunch of wood glue over here for the previous aforementioned secret video. Once the video comes out, that pretty much dates this podcast, because I've been keeping it secret, but then you'll know, oh, he was talking about that. I got a nice black marker over here I can use to make lines on poster boards and stuff. What a life I'm living. What a chance, what an opportunity it is that you get to listen to my thoughts right now. My performative professional thoughts. What am I getting? Letters over here? Oh yeah, I went to a bunch of weddings last year. Those were fun. Got really blackout drunk at one, Except I've been saying a lot on this. I'm going to try to hold it down. I think I'm looking at myself in the camera, talking to myself, staying on the microphone, drinking out of my puppy water glass. But this one wedding, they had tubes. I stuck one in my pants, flopped it around, acted like it was my dick. I signed the big board where you signed your name to celebrate their wedding, and I think I wrote a big thing, like super big, obnoxious thing I wrote on it, and I feel bad about that. I didn't want to be the guy to do that, but sometimes you're just the guy who does that. If the groom drink is a 9.2 IPA, what are you going to do? You're going to go nuts. And then you're drinking, the other drink is a rum and coke, which is just a rum and coke that was an inside joke. One of the guys will stay anonymous. I ordered a rum and coke, and they heard Roman coke, and they asked for that, and that became a little joke. Damn, sharing. That's the thing about podcasting. Sometimes you share your what do you call inside jokes? Inside jokes are the best. How many inside jokes you got going? Everybody feels good about their inside jokes. You get a joke inside of you amongst your friend group, you're feeling top notch. You're thinking about the joke. The joke's coming in every now and then. You're all laughing. And that's the bond of life, inside jokes. Inside folks, inside blokes. Everybody just loves a fucking inside joke. I want to get more philosophical about it, but I can't think of anything else. But I'm just saying that's better than comedian comedy, right? Better, you laugh harder at an inside joke than you do at a stand-up comedian. I was trying to illustrate this point to some of my colleagues in my life once, that the humor you have between your friends and family is better than any comedy that Hollywood could produce or any stand-up comedian. But some people disagreed with me. And how do you think? Do you just not have funny friends? Because definitely I have friends that say funnier and do funnier things than I've seen stand-up comedians or people on TV do. And don't you agree? But some people did disagree with me. Maybe I feel like the comedy, the additional content comedy like that I do and other people do is just additional to the already having family and friends that are so funny comedy. You know what I'm saying? I did it fucking again. But I don't know. How do you feel? That as a comedian, I feel like I'm not as funny as your funny friend saying that funny thing that makes you laugh. And that's just the darn honest truth. If we're looking at the video, I'm going to open my eyes a little bit. There's a little thing poking out. I'm going to try to point with my finger. Oh no, we lost it right when that my iPhone storage is full. Sort of ironical that I was trying to point out something on the video and then my iPhone footage goes out. It almost seems like I planned it, and I can't delete it because it still is all this footage that I'm editing, and I don't want to make sure I don't lose it. But on the video screen, I always try to make my videos so I don't have little things poking out the edges that you don't know about, on the frame. You don't want too many... is this making sense? Too many outside little things on the corners of the frames. So I was pointing out one that was on the corner of the frame. If you had been watching the video on audio, you're just plowing through what we're saying here. What we're saying being just me, one single guy. And now there's no video, so you're just hearing the audio. So everything I'm explaining is irrelevant in a way. And that's how we conduct ourselves on the podcast. Other people talk about world events, social issues, helping people. They talk about gossip, other things. I'm not trying to bring any of that. I'm just bringing my nice ASMR soothing voice, my big-chested self to the airways, even though we're now just audio. I don't know if I'm going to edit that out. I just did a little slurparoo, drinkaroo, slurparooskies. But we're in it. I wear a CPAP, if you haven't realized it. Instagram at Matt Miller Real. You can watch a CPAP video, and I was liked by the company that makes a CPAP, and I made a nice comedy video. If you wear a CPAP, I got a lot of tubes and masks that you have to keep changing them because they get all dirty and you need new ones. So I have all these tubes and masks all over my room. Not all over it, but in various cub holes and cabinets. You can find tubes and masks and just frolic amongst them in a sort of CPAP wonderland is something you can do in my room if that's such your inclination. But it's an interesting world I live. I use a roll-on deodorant. I'll tell you what happens. It all kind of spills out the sides, and every time I open it, it all crumbles over the floor, and I feel bad leaving all this deodorant. I say it in a cool way, a deodorant. Is that how we say it? All the crumble falls off and onto the ground, so I have to open it over the trash. Is that normal? Is that what we're all doing out there, folks? I think I licked some of this Arizona iced tea lip balm onto my tongue. So you feel that? You feel it? Content. There's, other people who do video content will sometimes have errors with the video and have to just put in a slate. So it's not crazy that I'm doing this now. I know I'm looking at my laptop and I could point the video, like a QuickTime video, at me and record while I'm talking, but there's something soothing about entering into a no video era of the podcast I'm currently on. It makes you feel good and alive and ready and destructive and want to kill and death and murder. The Joker was on TV. I watched the end of that. And what an ending to what a film. You see, I didn't like it that much. It seemed slow to me, just a guy kind of meandering about. That's my review. It wasn't my cup of tea. My cup of tea. God, at this point, what is there even to bring up? Oh yeah, I got COVID. Watch out, guys. COVID's out there. I got blasted. My balls fell off from COVID. They don't tell you about that. You should get vaccinated or your balls will collapse onto the ground. Splop they go, you fucking idiot. No, that's not true. I haven't got any of these extra boosters. I shouldn't even have got it. Maybe I didn't even get the COVID, but I did. But barely felt that sick. I felt fine. I worked hard. I got a lot of editing done. I'm recording this podcast right now. Hopefully I don't get you infected through the airwaves. If COVID can travel through the power of podcast, what a wackadoo world that would be. What a crazy misunderstanding place that would be if you could get hit with it. I think this is truly a podcast where we've achieved much. You've learned a lot about me. A lifetime of hope and imagination has entered the airways. Maybe next time we'll discuss something else other than nepotism and comedy competitions and then meander on. I don't know why I'm so self-deprecating on the old podcast. I should feel better, and I do feel better. I have been working out. I've been with the old... Oh, shit. My packages arrived with the old fucking kettlebells, and I've been doing good. I'm at Matt Miller Real. This is the Matt Miller Real podcast. I just picked my nose, not on the video. Love you. Stay clean. Goodbye.
It's the Matt Miller Real podcast. It's the Matt Miller Real podcast.